It's just cool. Really, when it gets down to it, what's cooler than space travel?
3, 2, 1, we have liftoff.
The fashion world can't seem to resist the gravitational pull of NASA.
One giant leap for mankind.
50 years ago, the U.S. Space Agency sent the first astronauts to the moon. Yet it's in 2019 that high-end designers like Heron Preston, luxury brands like Coach, fast fashion companies like H&M, and retailers like Macy's are bringing the NASA logo into their orbit and giving it their own spin. Over the past few years, NASA's logos have been splashed onto everything from t-shirts to this $250 jacket I'm wearing by Alpha Industries. The space agency's logos are benefiting from two trends sweeping over the fashion industry. Retro logos are in, and space is cool.
People want to be part of a moment or part of a mission, no pun intended.
Durand Guillon is vice president of Macy's fashion office. He says it's younger generations leading the trend, despite not being around during NASA's glory days.
But I think now what's happening is that as you see cultural moments happening or major anniversaries happening, like NASA, like Woodstock, there are these moments that there's a generation now that didn't experience it. But because of the internet and social media, they're caught up in it. They want to know more.
Saturday marks 50 years since the first man walked on the moon, a moment of national unity that trend analyst Charcy Evers says people today crave.
Well, I think it's timeless, right? When even if I wasn't alive during that time, I can look back in these kind of images of families gathered around a TV watching a man on the moon. We still haven't seen that today, you know? It's exciting, it's hopeful, it's patriotic. So I think it embodies the feeling that we at least want right now, you know? And the 50s and 60s, they were in some ways a very hopeful time. You know, a lot was going on to push our country forward. And again, given the climate that we're living in, I think we're grasping for that.
NASA has two main logos. The first one, nicknamed the Meatball, was introduced in 1959. Then it introduced this one in 1975, nicknamed the Worm, when NASA decided it wanted a more modern logo. But while the insignia is everywhere, making money for designers and retailers, NASA's not cashing in.
When you have a licensing agreement with a company, when there is a logo, you need to license that and pay to license that. Because NASA is obviously a government agency, they're not allowed to charge money, so you don't have to pay for it, so it's free. So when you're talking a big company, like a Target or something, doing runs and runs and runs of t-shirts and a huge production, that's a big cost savings as well.
According to NASA's guidelines, to use its logos, a company must first submit its designs. What's not allowed? The logo can't go on products endorsing alcohol or tobacco. Almost all else is fair game. Whether NASA makes that giant leap toward becoming a lasting trend remains to be seen. But as of April 2019, it has at least one cosmic competitor, the black hole. And we all know how much fashion loves the color black.